may be live, so I think we are in fact live. So, hello everyone. Gosh, I'm choking because I went live. But this is the Geek Battle show here on the Extreme Improv Extremes YouTube channel, as well as the Geek Battle YouTube channel. So make sure you smash the subscribe button. Today there is so much to talk about, guys. So much. I have seen Captain America: Brave New World. I have seen the ending of Cobra Kai. Doctor Who may be cancelled. There's a lot going on, so much more. But we'll find out all about this and so much more after the intro.
Welcome to the Geek Battle Zone. We discuss comics and puny minds are blown. We debate Marvel versus DC, Skeletor, X-Men, and Ron Weasley. Judge David slams down the gavel and Cap dreams of Henry Cavill. It's a Geek Battle stream, nerd rage as we assemble our Geek Avengers team. Welcome to the Geek Battle party. We got the Justice League and our Batman is Marty. Sick Hitler's a Tim as movies are greenlit. Every new movie, Deb's already seen it. Xbox, Star Wars, and Summer Star Riders. He-Man, Star Trek, and David loves spiders. We battle as Morrow and Disney loves Blink. And we try to crown the Geek of the Week. It's the Geek Battle Show. Welcome to the Geek Battleground, where we use the Force and the One Ring is found. Cap is wrong about Resident Evil 6, and everyone watch out. Oh shit, it's Nick, Gerald, and Tim and Diz will try to win at the Geek Battle quiz. David and Dave will confuse their crew as they dive in the TARDIS of Doctor Who. Watch out now, we're full of hot takes. Doug Courtney is garbage, but Red Dwarf is great. You love Sega, I love Nintendo, but in the Geek Battle, we are all friendos. Oh, it's a Geek Battle show. Oh, the Geek Battle show. It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Geek Battle show.
Okay, so before we go any further, I just need to announce something. Oh shit, it's Nick.
Hey!
Nick had a birthday, apparently. So he says on the screen.
Happy birthday, Nicholas!
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Nick, how was the big 5-0?
It's 44, but thank you. It was fun. I went to visit some rodents at
rodents.
I went to Disney World. Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
No, that's not necessary. Good. Nick, do you have a geek trivia fact for us?
Yes, I do. I actually have a really good one. So, in Star Trek Voyager, Tim Russ, who plays Tuvok, his first role was actually in Spaceballs as the guy who says in the Come the Desert scene, "We ain't found shit," is Tuvok from from Voyager.
Nice. Okay, that is a cool one. Good. Tim, say hello to the people.
Hello to the people. How are you, internet webs from Providence, Rhode Island? North Kingstown, Rhode Island now.
Good. We're good. Do you have a geek trivia fact for us?
Oh, yeah, a geek trivia fact. Oh, my God. It's crazy because I just keep listening to things and hearing them. And I don't have one with me. Can it take a moment to access my memory banks and come up with it?
Do it. I'm not going to lie. I feel a little discombobulated myself. Gerald, say hello to the people.
Hey, hello, everybody. So my geek fact is sort of interesting, and it sort of kind of relates to today in a better way than today does. Marvel got around a law that increased taxes on toys that resembled humans by claiming that X-Men figures were mutants, not humans. So what does that mean? I looked into it further, and basically the United States tariffs for toys or things made outside of the country and sent in at the time, this was back in the mid-90s, there was a 12% tax on dolls, but a 6.8% tax on toys. So they explained that the X-Men were mutants, therefore toys and not dolls. So they paid less taxes.
That's amazing. That is
Actually,
incredible.
the action figures.
The only thing I can think similar to that, like I think it's a case in the UK, and I think this has definitely come up before, so I only mention it briefly. But like crisps, as we would call potato chips, there is like Pringles. So once you pop, you can't stop. They like went to court to prove that they weren't potato chips, so it was cheaper. There has to be a way. There has to be so many fun loopholes like this. But the idea that there's a tariff that it costs more if you make dolls based on humans, like literally, why don't they just say that the whole MCU is set in a different universe where everyone is made of plastic and they're not technically human?
Or would they all be fantastic?
Well, 4 of
Can
them.
you,
Plastic
can, you brush
fantastic.
their, can you brush their hair and dress them anywhere?
Some
Let's
you
go.
can.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Okay, fantastic. On that note, Capital Dave, say hello to the people.
Yes, because I am the resident Barbie. Hail from the land.
I
of
do want to
the-
grab him and comb his hair. I do want to do that right now. Now that he said that.
I mean, me or him. Like, you have two choices. I think the
I mean-
actor might be close to you.
I mean,
Hail from the
you
land. of
aren't
leopards.
enough, right?
Sorry?
You aren't enough.
Sure. I've not seen that film.
Okay, well, anyway, Cap, do you have a trivia fact for us?
Yes, so we all know Freddy Krueger, the sleep demon, has
Nah.
various mythological inspirations, but one of which is from the Philippines called the Padangdang, which is like a wood spirit creature, which is like a lady that would be near a wood post, and when you go to bed, she would come and she would enter your dream, and in your dream, she will grow into a very large woman and she will sit on you. And then you will start feeling chest pains and you would die, which is actually a
So
real
wait.
condition.
Some
Cap,
people
you say
want this
is
to
like
happen
your
to them.
dream fantasy.
No.
Yeah, are you sure you didn't dream this up, Cap, and try to pass it off as a fact?
No.
Not
Just
dreamt,
Google,
not dreamt. That's desire.
Oh, all right.
Just Google Philippine sleep paralysis demon, the Padangdang.
Shut up, Gerald. I saw that.
The dog are dead.
Not
You
psycho-
can actually avoid this demon if you grab a splinter from that wood that the woman was sitting in and throw it in the forest. She will not come back and sit on you.
So if you stick your wood into her, it does what?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait.
I think
What
it
is it?
deflates. I think it deflates the.
Yeah, okay, bonus point there. Now, last but certainly not least, Dave.
Hello to everybody. My name is Dave MC here in Paris, France. I haven't got much of a geek fact this week. I'm very ill prepared this time, but I will say just a
This
little
time.
one. Yeah. As a one-off, it's just a little thing. So everyone knows that the in Doctor Who, like the TARDIS is console room. It's not actually in the same TARDIS. The TARDIS console room is dimensionally transcendental. It means it doesn't exist. It exists, but it doesn't exist. So when the machine itself can be protected from stuff maybe like Dalek firepower, but battle TARDISes could be stop Dalek firepower, but the console rooms themselves were in another dimension. So if you enter a console room, you're actually entering a dimension that exists, but also doesn't exist.
So are you telling me it's like a pocket dimension?
Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah.
Doesn't that go for every dimension? Like by Schrodinger's theory? If the universe itself is only observable when we observe it, and it always stays in a constant flux when we do not know for sure, then doesn't that make all dimensions kind of exist and non-exist at the same time?
Look, I didn't come here to discuss physics. I came here to discuss.
I did.
It-
I could
You know
definitely
what?
go down.
There could be some logic to this because I definitely know, like, when you go back in time to like the PS1, like Dreamcast, Nintendo 64, they'd often use graphics where you could see what's in front of you and it would unload what's behind you. So it's what isn't observed actually didn't exist anymore.
I have my geek fact
So-
of the week.
Oh, go on, Tim.
All right, so why do I have such bad memory? So in the Expanse, the guy I don't know if I said this, but the guy who plays Amos plays Captain Enoch in the Ahsoka series, and Captain Enoch is the stormtrooper who has the gold-plated face, and that's kind of a cool thing.
Ah, that is a fascinating one. Okay, good. So we have given our facts, and now, guys, look, where would we like to begin? There might be stuff that like I can do my usual search. Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
Okay, who here? Just
Well,
before we go to
now,
max spoilers. Who here has not seen Cobra Kai? Oh, Nick. Oh,
What?
Nick. Oh my
David,
God.
what do we do?
We don't know who does
Gerald, Tim, Nick, and Cap had to leave us. No, I'm joking. Okay, well, we'll give non-super.
I'm cool.
spoilers.
I'm cool. Spoilers.
You can spoil us because we're not
No,
gonna see.
no, it must be seen and loved.
Well, no, yeah, I agree with that. But look, if they're
Well,
happy
now-
for us to discuss, Dave, what?
Well,
were
now
your
that you've
thoughts?
hyped it up, I don't want the spoilers.
It was really good.
I have the solution. We talk Doctor Who.
Oh, we'll get to that, but I think we should start with something which can be universally loved, which is Cobra Kai.
Captain America.
And then we'll get to these things because some of these things might be more divisive. But
I
Cobra
also have
Kai.
not seen Captain America. I've been traveling on vacation, damn it.
You haven't seen Captain America?
The new one.
I haven't either.
Oh,
Nor have
right,
I.
well, okay. Cap.
I
what
want to
were you
point out
gonna
one thing. The three Americans in the room have not seen Captain America.
The Invincible series. Season 3 has come out.
I'll be watching Captain
say?
America
Wait,
shortly.
no. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Right. We've said no words on Cobra Kai so far.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Oh,
let's
wait.
Good, I'm okay with that.
before we move on. Okay, so Dave, what were your thoughts? Were you happy with the ending?
I was very satisfied with the ending. I thought, I think you probably know which bit I'm talking about. One bit I thought, okay, that was a bit out of nowhere. That the two certain characters had the ending.
Yeah.
That was a bit like, okay, that was a turn.
Well, yeah, I think I know. Guys, let me just check. Who doesn't want the spoilers? Who doesn't want the
I'm gonna
spoilers?
watch it tonight, so I don't care.
You don't want the spoilers, Tim. Okay, we won't
So
give the main.
Timmy,
No, it's all good.
but you,
Let me know what
you
we're
know,
at for
Okay,
background.
yeah, we'll wait for you, Tim. Just wait. So you're talking about Kreese and Silver, right?
I am talking Kreese and Silver. I thought it was really good that they got a final fight.
Hey, take me out of the room and invite me back in later.
But just mute it, man.
Just muters will wave.
Right. Okay. We'll do this really quick. Yeah. Go on, Dave.
Yeah, so I was saying, like, having those two have a final confrontation the way they did, really good. I just thought when what happened, I was about okay, that was a bit of a turn, but it was satisfying to say the least.
Well, what I'll say on it is, look, there is the Karate Kid movie, which is out in a couple of months' time. From
Yeah.
what I understand, it might be set 3 years after Cobra Kai anyway. From what I gather, they're planning spin-offs. And certainly in the case of Kreese, possibly in the case of Terry Silver, and a lot of the cast, they're going to be like, I can't keep doing action stuff when I'm 70 and 80. So they wrapped up these characters where the two main villains of the whole thing destroyed each other. You know,
Yeah.
the only thing I felt disappointed with, but I kind of understand it, is other than one line of, where's Silver? No one mentioned that shit.
Yeah, no one says anything.
At all. No one mentioned it at all. So the big thing was like after the cliffhanger where someone got killed in the Sekai Taikai, they were like, we're going to bring it back, which was kind of like, we're ending this dramatically so we don't finish it. And then they just had to find a way to bring it back anyway.
Yeah.
But the idea that Crescent Johnny kind of made up before whatever else happened, the fact that Tori was now the only Cobra Kai,
Yes.
and then just the idea that rejoining Cobra Kai is Miguel. I was like, it's gone full circle.
Yeah.
Literally, as they were having that fight with him and the big dude, right, the dragon whatever guy, when it's like, I was like, it's ending in a tie. What's going to happen? And they're like, in the grand tradition of the Sekai Taikai, that it will have to be the senseis that fight. I was like, this is the perfect way to wrap up Johnny's story. The perfect way to wrap up. Screw you guys! I know what you're doing.
I'm listening because I watched it. I know what you're talking about.
Exactly right. So yeah, it was a perfect way to wrap up the story. I think Cobra Kai from the first episode, it started with Johnny. The whole thing was about like a 40-year odd redemption for him.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fantastic. This is a top 5 TV show for me for all time.
I definitely would agree with you on that one. That was, I think I was getting a little bit annoyed. Like I think I said this when we talked about, I think it was season 4, when they just kept going on repeat. They had to have a big fight somewhere. There was always that, the Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do rivalry.
Yeah.
And Eagle Fang as well, where they're constantly finding new areas to fight in, and then it's got to get bigger. Dimitri had his arm broke. It just felt repetitive, but this time, like with the tournament, like the whole Sekai Tekai tournament stuff, really well done. Fights are really good choreographed. Lots of twists, lots of turns, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I do think a little. Chosen was
like Cap's holding like a tampon string. I don't know what's going on. Right. Anyway,
is that his thing to protect him from the demon on his bed?
I don't know.
You know what I mean, though. You know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. They always had to find a way where they end up swapping back and forth, but I thought it was as satisfying an ending as they could possibly get. The last thing I'll be like when Sam was just like, "Yeah, I'm going to Japan," and he's like. Miguel's just like, oh, you bitch. You didn't even tell me, right? And I was like, why would they do that? They did, unless they're planning that as a spin-off, which they literally might be doing. I was like, why are they having her leave him? Anyway, look, Wave, come on back.
I'm going to say this. Screw you guys. You are messing with my ADHD.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Right.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. Now
you know how it feels when I talk about The Witcher.
Yeah, it's true. It's very.
All right, now can I come back in?
Cap, watch Cobra Kai. You'll like it.
Yeah, you'll like Cobra Kai. Henry Cavill makes an appearance in it.
That's not true, but it should.
God damn it,
David! Okay, good.
You appears in the very last episode, and it's fucking amazing.
We just said Henry Cavill. Does that
you
still?
know what, though? This is no spoiler because if anything,
I guess not.
It is a reverse spoiler. And I'll just say it now. If you're expecting Jackie Chan to turn up at the end of this, he doesn't.
No.
All of this about they're going to tease the next movie, the movie coming out, and Jackie Chan.
How about Will Smith's kid?
He's not there.
Oh.
Nor was the
where he's wearing a castle on his head.
Keep my first name at your.
Yeah, but
Did you ever see that thing where he was wearing a house?
What?
Okay, hang on.
Wait, Will Smith was wearing a house or Jaden was wearing a house?
No, his son.
Jaden
wore a house in
The question is this. At the end of the movie, does Pat Morita show up? At the end of Cobra Kai, is Pat Morita going to make a cameo?
Is he still alive?
As a force ghost.
What?
Who's the force, Daniel-san?
Yeah, he died a long time ago.
Wax on,
what
Daniel-san.
the purpose of this was. But this was at some event or ceremony or something.
The House of
The
Black.
height of fashion.
So, from a perspective of like being a male actor in these award shows, you're only really allowed to wear like suits. So you can only get so creative. So maybe this is his way of like,
I
I
mean,
played the first
Chad-
level of Mario. I'm gonna 3D print this castle and put it on my head, and I'll be edgy. So like,
Do you know what?
Chad-
I was hoping the thing which I
I
hope.
think like Chadwick Boseman on the Oscars wore his Black Panther, like the Prince outfit that he wore in the movie. He actually wore that on the Oscars, and I thought that was awesome.
Okay, one second now, guys. I was hoping I'd find that this.
That man, unlike Will Smith, could do no wrong.
Right. Very quickly, on the Jaden Smith thing, I was hoping someone would have created this image, because if not, this is what my future Halloween costumes are going to be anyway.
What is it?
That's what it needed to be.
But-
Castle Grayskull. Oh my god!
I just imagine like there's like an extreme improv award ceremony, and presenting the award for best improviser is David Postanski with his castle on his head.
Yeah. I definitely used to have that.
I
It's
would
not
use
impossible.
the
I can
mouth
still
of
own it.
the drummer of the castle. I'd be like,
yes.
thank you. I wanna thank Nick Stevens for not being an asshole today. I want to thank Gerald for showing up and making demonstration, making Tim laugh.
Right. Anyway, so
Oh my God, Reg!
guys, so there's still a load of things that we can touch on. Cap, you said about Invincible. Do you want to touch on that now?
Yes, Invincible Season 3 is out, and as always, it starts with a banger, action all packed. Although, I did see this weird comment that the animation of Invincible is kind of which I tend to agree. I don't so it does have like a weird stale feeling, but still they deliver on the story and the action, so it doesn't really bother that much. But I do have to say, like, if you look at like certain features, even though there's 2D animation, you can't really do a lot of stuff with 2D. They tend to have like the same lip face. They kind of went to the anime mode with like same lip face, same facial. So I would say that is a valid tone, but other than that, I have nothing to actually say bad about
What
it.
streaming service is this on? Netflix, Hulu,
Amazon.
It's Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
They have the budget, and this is one of their money-making shows. Because like Invincible, though, is so far has been so good, and we do get a fight, the final fight with the Battle Beast and the Viltrumite.
Yep.
That's where I finally left things off. Episode 4 today dropped. I don't know what that is. But I like that where they like passing through. They're not dragging this on, which is what I want. And the planning to end this on like season 6, which is perfect because like every episode is like its own comic series kind of wrapped in one, and I always liked it.
I'll tell you what, Cap. I saw a comment related to Invincible, and I really agree with this. Is that Mark in the universe that we're in is the only one that's the good guy, and yet every single person in his universe keeps trying to push his buttons to make him almost like Omni-Man.
There's a good quote from this series. I really like if you guys want to discuss it as well. It's like Cecil. He's kind of like the Nick Fury of the Invincible universe. He kind of has this line where he says like, "We can either be good guys or be the guys who save the world," which is a very good quote because in the series, like he uses a bad scientist experiment who's like an evil guy who experimented on students and turned them into like zombie machines, which are very effective against like world level threats like Viltrumite. So Cecil was basically keeping him and making him do the work. He's basically doing the Suicide Squad thing where he used the bad guys. Stop doing that, Dave.
Hey, why are you doing this? You're the only one engaging in this with him, right?
So he uses bad guys to make them do good, and Invincible has a lot of problem with that because moral issue. You should be in jail. You should not be getting a free pass from the government because it makes mass destruction. So that's why like Cecil does make a point. Like we can be the good guys, or we can be the guy who saves the world, who make hard sacrifices and stuff. Do you guys agree with this or not?
I agree. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. We can be the good guys, or we can be the guys that save the world. I'm not sure what the difference there is, but it sounds a good.
I know.
Go on. Hello,
Okay,
Jeff,
so
by the way.
hello. Bringing in Homelander as an example, where he has a quote. It's like, "You need me to save you. I may be extreme. I may be arrogant. I may be brash. I may be seen as a bad guy, but I'm willing to do what others aren't to save the world."
I would
Does
like
he
to
save the
quote-
world? Like, remember when there was that plane of people and he couldn't save them, and he just like going to kill all of them?
Yeah, well, he's not a hero. He's a superhero pretending to be one. You know,
Yeah.
when it push like because Vought stages all these crimes and such, so that there are camera crews ready to catch all the action. But when it comes to actually saving people, Homelander doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Dev?
It's like I can't remember who it was. It was a DC villain. It was like, oh, why? Okay, so it was Peacemaker. It was like Batman is like a rose gallery. Why don't you? Because when they do something bad, I kill them. Batman doesn't.
Yeah.
I do what needs to be done.
I do agree with Devs. Like, I think like better examples would be someone like Punisher, or like even like big agencies like Nick Fury's thing, where Captain America had a whole moral issue with when they in the second movie, where they're planning to surveillance everyone just to see if there's any threats coming in, we can take them out before it happens. Again, like this kind of sense of like how much you're willing to push it. You still have to do good. You can't go Homelander because like I think he's like the way off spectrum. But like somewhere along the lines of Punisher or somewhere along the lines that like Nick Fury and this like big government agencies have to do with. The weird thing is like they have to because like in the universe they live in like very world-ending threats. Like Cecil is right. Invincible if he goes bad. What do you have? I have zombie robots. That's all I got. Yes, that's from an evil dude, but that's the only thing seems to have a chance against you, so I have to use it.
But in the world of Invincible, like Cecil does all these things, but Mark keeps trying to tell everyone, no, I'm not like the best line. I think it was episode 2, Cap, where Cecil says to him, "You're just like your dad," and Mark's like, he's trying so hard not to be like his dad. And yet everyone sees him as, no, you're the son of Omni-Man, so at some point you are going to turn. So yeah, Cecil is trying to perceive a threat and take it out, or have contingencies for that threat. But at the same point, Mark has shown zero sign that he is a threat.
But isn't that the same thing with like Superman, where Batman does have a kryptonite because like I know you're not going to go bad, but if you do, what am I supposed to do then?
He's a rich kid with issues. Let's just leave it at that.
Through that. Dev.
It's like in Invincible, Cecil has a line where it's like, you do what's best to try and be good. I do what's best to protect the Earth.
Yeah. Cool. Nick, you had your hand up?
I'm just curious as to why Dave at one point said in the chat, "Hey, I hate you all."
Because while David and I were talking Cobra Kai, you guys are all pulling faces and doing stupid shit.
Okay, Tim, you had your hand up too.
I was muted because you guys were talking about Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, Tim.
Well, I just I think that for Invincible's universe, that's an easy binary. You're a nice guy. I protect the world. World-ending threats can start at very simple areas in the real world where it's like, I don't know, we don't reward the attention. We don't reward Homelander with attention like that, And like those are the decisions of a mass population that can just be like, oh, well, you know what? Maybe I'm not interested in what Homelander's doing, and then that weakens like the whole Vought Corporation's idea. Actually, if you look at it, there's aggregates that occur all the time. Amazon had just advertised in the United States that 60% of small businesses are, sell their stuff through Amazon, but they weren't advertising that before there was a call for a boycott. So, like, I think that it's easy as a binary, but are we simplifying it and instead choosing how the good guy options exist? I think there's a lot of different ways to be a good person.
Everyone's a
there
good
are a
guy
lot
in
of
their
different ways
own
to be a
story.
shithead. Oh, that's true too. I'm probably a bad guy in someone's story, or at least 5. I imagine, maybe I didn't flush the toilet after a gluten-infested poop, but Sorry about that.
But, like, you haven't mustered that. That is like the
It's
first
my story.
skill in it.
You're a
Yeah,
man.
we are reaching levels of Omni-Man pretty quickly with that.
Okay, so I'm the
Think,
only one here on your side. I'm the only one here on your side. Everyone else is trying to kill you. It's like that meme.
I have a question for the Daves.
Okay,
Go
go
on.
for it.
What's the? I'm just reading on the show notes or the show title, and Doctor Who canceled, and I'm like,
Well, yeah, that's okay. We can come to that, I guess. But yeah, so there has been reports which have already been refuted that Doctor Who is going to have another season come out later this year, but people are saying that the show has been cancelled. A couple of details that at least have been reported, which seem to be true, is that they are basically shutting down the sets and stuff where they. This was 2 or 3 weeks ago, at least. That Russell T Davies has got a new show that he's working on, which if you're the showrunner of Doctor Who, you wouldn't be doing. But he's moving on. Basically, he's got a new opportunity. And the stuff this week was saying that because the first season with Shooty hasn't been received well, had low ratings and whatever else around it, that basically his team are saying, "Quit, get out of here. You've got opportunities in Hollywood. Don't be stuck in the bubble of Doctor Who." So apparently, if it's true, they've already filmed his regeneration. Which, if it did, it would be like the quickest regeneration that we've got, other than Christopher Eccleston as a main Doctor. Paul McGann as the 8th Doctor, they didn't pick up and renew his series, but he was technically the official Doctor for many years. Like Shooty has only been since the very end of 2023, and so if he isn't going to make it to 2026 as the Doctor, that is a ridiculously short time. And BBC have said that. BBC have said that no decision is being made until the second season has aired. But the very fact they're talking about decisions being made or not, it's not a positive
how long
sign.
was Jodie Whittaker a Doctor?
What? No, Jodie Whittaker's not the Doctor.
No, how long
Jodie
was she
Whittaker's not
the
the Doctor anymore. You may
No,
notice
how
they
long was
have.
she the Doctor?
She was 20. I think she's about 4.
She did 3 series.
Jodie was 4. Jodie was 4 years
Yeah.
Was
in
she?
between. About 4 years she was the Doctor because they had a break in between her second
Pandemic,
series
right?
and Flux.
Yeah. So during
And
there was Flux, and then there was at least 2 more series.
No, there was the first season, second series, then Flux, and
Oh, yeah, but that's the third
then she had a regeneration story on New Year's.
Yeah. So Flux was a short series. But it was
Kind of. It was 8 episodes.
Yeah, exactly. But then the one that they've just done with Shooty was 8 episodes.
Yeah, that's
So-
bad. That's a dead slot. They've already shot themselves in the foot by doing that.
Well, yeah. Go on, Dev.
So because the mouse doesn't pay for everything and let it die, they've got multiple backup plans for this thing happening. If Shooty does go, they've got Tennant in storage. They've got the ability to call back Matt Smith.
Yeah.
They've got
No, they don't. They don't. Matt said he will not.
Do they not?
He will not come back.
Oh,
Matt has fundamentally said he will not come back to Doctor Who.
So
I got House of the
Capaldi, but
Dragon, baby.
he's too old now, really. Anyway.
and they've got the missing Doctor, the Timeless Child Doctor,
Ugh.
and because she came back to do the audio dramas recently.
Yeah, I have
the
very,
fugitive.
very mixed opinions on that.
So I have
They
a
wouldn't
crazy
do that.
thought regarding Doctor Who, and I will probably get kicked out by the Daves on this one.
No, go for it.
What if they made River Song like a temporary Doctor?
They literally, if they want,
What do they have?
I hear what you're saying. If they wanted to do that, it could just be Doctor Who is continuing. If they did a story where the Doctor is missing, and it just had River Song as the face of the show, and there was a story the Doctor has disappeared in time, they could do something like that. But why not just cast someone new as the Doctor?
Well,
They,
assuming that
they don't need to bring back anyone old. That's
No.
a precedent that they only really set with David Tennant. They don't need to
Okay,
bring back someone
well-
as a new regeneration.
So, assuming that they didn't have anyone on the docket, like anyone available, like on the speed dial, they could just say, like, "Oh, we lost the doctor. He'll be back in whatever 4 episodes. Let's follow River Song for a little while."
They could only do that for like one episode though, unless it's spin-off.
Yeah, well, they kind of continue her story already, as you say, Dev, with audio dramas. There's the Diaries of River Song. Yeah, I know, David, I know your whole opinion on that, but they have the Diaries of River Song, where she goes on her own stories, where she meets classic doctors and meets the Master. She meets all these classic characters, all these monsters as well. But
So
yeah,
honestly,
I don't see them
I'm gonna
continuing
say that
after this.
I'm gonna probably get kicked off the show. River Song is my favorite character in Doctor Who. I need more of that. More of her.
Why would you get kicked off for that, Nick?
No, she's a great character.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic character. Now, I think one of the things I said years ago when David Tennant was leaving, and then he had no, not funny faces just yet, right? When David Tennant was leaving on his last year, he did like 4 specials, and then it was announced that he isn't coming back. But they announced they were doing 4 specials, and then the next year they would have a full series. And it was only halfway through that Tennant decided not to return, because the next season, the first one with Matt Smith, some of those episodes were written as if it was still David Tennant's Doctor. And the thing that I said at the time, because look, David Tennant's, he's done fine, he's got whatever, but he's not made it in Hollywood. He did Fright Night. He auditioned to play Hannibal in the TV show Hannibal, based on Hannibal Lecter. He didn't get it, and he kind of
Then
he got Broadchurch, which again was TV, and then he does what's that one?
Jessica Jones.
Yeah, he did Jessica Jones, which only got him on the TV side of Marvel. But like the thing I said at the time is like, if you say to the BBC, look, I'll film these 4 episodes of Doctor Who this year because I'm going to shoot a couple of movies as well. Then I'll come back and I'll film like a reduced season. He could have stayed as the Doctor for a few years. Matt Smith then did the exact same thing, where he filmed 3 seasons and then like specials. And then he was like, oh, I'm going to play Skynet in the Terminator. After a cameo, they didn't make a sequel. He filmed Matt Smith in a Star Wars movie. His character was cut from like The Last Jedi or what? Not The Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, whatever it was. And it's like, stay in Doctor Who, reduce your schedule, film some other movies until you have something else that's successful, and then you can regenerate out of it.
David, you forgot he was in the most widely memified movie of all time, Morbius.
That was a few years later, but that is true. That is a few years later.
On that one, David.
The only thing I was going to say, so 1 second, Dave. So the only thing I was going to say is, Ncuti Gatwa, even if people don't like what some of, a lot of what's happening with Doctor Who over the last few years at the moment, he can never escape Doctor Who, because look at Paul McGann, he played it once, and then he's the Doctor forever, asked back for audio dramas and whatever else. Ncuti Gatwa will never escape Doctor Who now. And so he should see it through. Like Jodie Whittaker, she's Doctor Who forever, even if she kind of is like, oh, I'm not going to stay for the 60th special or whatever. See it through, shoot some movies, shoot more Doctor Who, and then just try to see it through. Because if it feels like it's not working, you can do some stuff to make it better. I don't think he should leave straight away, because otherwise it's going to feel like it will damage the show, and I think it will damage his career more than if he stuck it out. Tim.
So I have a question. I'm not familiar with like the BBC's creative decision making in Doctor Who, but I'm curious if the BBC is like publicly funded, and are Doctor Who decisions, are those the creative decisions of like executives with MBAs who try and make American style movies, or does it tend to be a little bit different?
The mouse is in charge.
No, he's not.
Of Doctor Who.
Kind of.
Technically, no.
Yes, no.
Yeah.
Technically, no, but apparently Disney fund, I think, 2/3 of Doctor Who at the moment.
Yeah, they just fund it. They don't. They have no creative decision in Doctor Who. That's all Russell.
Except for kind of they do, right?
Yeah,
So,
the kind of maybe sort of.
yeah.
If you have
Basically,
money in it, I
Bluetooth
bet you
about
there's
the
some
valve
skin in the
on
game.
Doctor Who.
Dev.
So regarding the Disney and Disney and Doctor Who, there is So with Shooty, because he has done so little, he is able to escape the shadow of Doctor Who. Because whenever you ask someone who about Doctor Who, nobody will mention. What do you mean, Shooty Gatwa? They will always say like David Tennant, Matt Smith, maybe Jodie Whittaker, but nobody will mention Shooty Gatwa as their Doctor.
So
I think in the 2000s it'll just be David Tennant because that's when normal everyone's like.
the only
Not the
reason why we
British,
mentioned
but for the international audience, I'm saying. Like I know
Guys,
Matt Smith.
we are the geek community. If we've ever
Right.
been to like a Comic
the
Con,
only reason that we mentioned
you'll see
Jodie
someone.
Whittaker-
I went to a Comic Con, and the guy that played Captain America's skinny body was signing autographs. Like literally, you didn't even see his face in the movie, and Wonder Woman's stunt double was there. Like literally, the fans are leeches. Like Ncuti Gatwa being the 15th Doctor, that is going to be the headlines on newspapers and everything forever will be Doctor Who star blah 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 this. Yeah, they're not going to say sex education star Ncuti Gatwa. No, he's Doctor Who.
You
now.
say that, but I've seen news articles that came out after Doctor Who. They refer to him as sex educational star.
Yeah. That's true. I can vouch for that on what Dave just said.
Well, let's put it to the test. I'm just going to put Ncuti Gatwa into Google and press images.
Yeah, but he's currently trending for Doctor Who, though. He's currently trending as Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. Like, Doctor Who. It's still Doctor Who.
David, right now he's trending as he's leaving Doctor Who, so obviously it's
Doctor Who that's more. A fair point.
Well, I was gonna say on that point is that Ncuti jumped ship before the first season was even out.
Yeah.
When they announced the first season was coming out, they already said Ncuti Gatwa were leaving to go do stuff in the National Theatre. He already literally the first season hadn't even come out, and then he said because in which episode was it? There was an episode that he did where he wasn't in it.
Yeah,
that's because he was in the National Theatre.
There's 2 episodes in the first season of him.
Yeah, that's because he's doing his other shit.
2 Doctor Light episodes where they'll do one where the Doctor's barely in it, but this was 8 episodes and there was 2 of them with him barely in it. It was crazy.
Well, they needed him to, sit in his trailer and gather up the waterworks for the next time he appeared.
Yeah. No, they've mismanaged it. I think they can still turn it around. They've got the storyline. If you don't know the show, there's a character called Mrs. Flood, who is rumoured. It could be a river song. It's probably the Rani being an anagram of rain. Amy Pond. There's lots of characters that have got water-based names. And so there's some big mystery or something. The main villain of the last season, Sutek, was a complete bomb. It didn't work. They didn't even bring back the character in the same way. It was a CGI rat. It was terrible. But I think Doctor Who is 62 years old this year. I think it's even if they cancel it, it's not going to take them long before they bring it back. And if Ncuti has filmed a regeneration, imagine how dissatisfying it would be if they're like, well, we're not bringing it back for 5 or 10 years. So it literally just ends with a regeneration and doesn't show anyone else. So yeah, Sutek. Right, Dev, go on.
Yeah, Disney will not let Doctor Who get cancelled because they put too much money into it. Until they get their money out of it, they will not let the thing die.
Oh,
I think
Willow.
they were just ended up in streaming, I think, because a lot of things they didn't make money for Disney. Mufasa.
I thought Mufasa made money.
It made a lot of money. It made a lot of money.
Not that much.
It made money, but Starbucks makes money every day. But...
No, it had a big competition with Sonic, and it immediately pushed to streaming faster than anything else, than Disney does.
I can think of 3 properties that did not make money for Disney off the top of my head.
Do you know what? Just 1 second, guys. A couple of comments, though. I always forget to check. Be positive 99, whoever you are on YouTube, just says Red Dwarf is better than Doctor Who. I'll take that. I don't mind that one. You'll have me.
Shut
on
your trash mouth.
I vote to veto that comment.
You
I'm not
blasphemous
gonna lie.
heathen.
If I could only watch Doctor Who or Red Dwarf ever again, right? If I could get Red Dwarf toys, I'd be sat here with Red Dwarf toys, chewing on them during the show instead of Sonic Screwdriver.
It's okay. It's okay, darling. It's okay.
You know what I want?
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay,
I
God,
just
sorry,
think we
Nick.
should
You're
should
gone,
be
Tim.
cautious when we're saying commenting on commenters. Like, let them, shut your heathen mouth. Like, oh, that they are watching us, so let's figure out a way to. I don't know.
Oh, no,
is
well,
Red Dwarf nice? I've never seen it.
I do agree, Tim. But
Which-
Nick, you were telling me to shut my trash mouth, right?
Yes, I was.
Okay, fair enough. But no, good point. Good point.
Wow,
We
Nick, that's a
appreciate
birthday
anyone
mouth if I've ever heard one.
You know what?
I don't know.
I'm 24 years old, god damn it, and I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
You know what? I have a trash mouth, but I can recycle this. Yeah. All right?
Tim, what are you drinking? Tim, what are you drinking?
It's a Spindrift lemon water.
Oh, it looks good.
What the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah, go on.
Dave, that's just like how my mind operates. I apologize. Thank you, though.
I love it.
Thank you. So do I. Huh.
Dev?
Yeah, so I just looked it up. Mufasa made 687 million from 200 million.
Well, that's a profit. Yeah, it's not bad.
I think the way studios consider it a profit is how much is the multiplied, like it's a multiplication. Like if it's 100 million made over
How
an
much
80
did
million
they lose
budget,
in
that's not
marketing?
considered a success.
It's okay.
Yeah,
so,
because like how much they lose in like marketing.
That's
They
true.
did heavy marketing for like Mufasa, and the weird thing is like the songs was trending. The two songs were trending on YouTube for a while when the movie's out. That did the movie a lot favor than the movie script. But I'll say, however, in terms of Disney's, guys, even though the first Lion King remake was bad, it made $1 billion compared
The
to
first
that.
Yeah, but that.
Yeah. The remake, the Lion King remake.
oh, the live action one.
Yeah, it's bad. But because Disney was in that, we can check it out and see if it's bad or not phase, people checked it out and it made $1 billion. But for Mufasa, they were like, yeah, we'll just wait it for streaming and pretty sure
It's
not
still
gonna be
triple
good
their
idea.
money.
Well, yeah, exactly. So the formula I generally hear, and obviously it's not going to be exact, but the formula is generally whatever the production budget is, they spend the same on marketing.
Yeah.
So if it
double
was 200
production
million,
for marketing.
400 million is what they spent. They get 200 million back. I wouldn't mind 200 million profit at the end of any project, though.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, so just to...
I agree on that, but the thing is, you have to think about all the ones that they lose money on too. So I did a quick search because I don't know what the number was, and they say that doubling your money, including marketing, is considered successful movie.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's fair.
So
That's fair.
if that's the case, and your numbers are, reasonable, then technically it was, relatively speaking, a bomb. But I don't know how you can call a movie that makes over 600 million a bomb. So,
Well,
but
do you know,
like,
it's like, do you remember like the thing in the 90s where they said like Waterworld was the biggest flop ever, and it turned out it actually made money? Like, there's often like the legend of these things isn't quite.
John Carter beat that, and then I think Tomorrowland was pretty bad too. Like I thought both of those movies were fine, but they put too much money into it for what they expected to get out of it.
Yeah.
So there's a very famous movie called The Ballad of Liberty Vance. And if you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. There's a great line in that movie, which is when the myth becomes when reality becomes when legend becomes reality, print the legend, which basically says that if something becomes true because people are saying it over and over again, that's the truth, whether it's true or not.
Wait, The Ballad of Liberty Vance?
Yeah.
How old is this film?
1948.
I'm good.
Nick, what the
I'm
fuck?
good. Right, okay. But it also, it says the ballad, right? If this is it comes up here. It's like John Wayne. Like the man who
Yeah.
shot Liberty Vance.
Yeah, it's based on
Wow.
the book called The Ballad of Liberty Vance.
Okay. Wow, Jimmy
I
Stewart
still-
movie. How about that?
I still
Um,
haven't seen like David's black and white movie, so I'm pretty sure I'm not going to see this.
what
But
was my
what
black
I
and white movie?
It's actually really good. It's a,
Abba and Costello, I've not seen.
Oh my
it yet.
god, yeah, Abbott and Costello, guys, come on.
Yeah,
Right, okay,
I-
I'm gonna take go on, Cap.
I do debate because like with Disney, well the thing is like they're a mega corporation, so like their whole fits on like making movies that like cross a certain big, so they can fund all the other movies that also want to make a lot of money as well. Because like they lose money on like lots of projects. Because
Yes, they
when
do.
when usually Disney has been putting out movies since like in the 2010s, they make $1 billion. Frozen, $1 billion. Inside Out 2, $1 billion. They just like hit it. They had a very rough patch, for like in the 20s, I would say, like the 2020s where they like went so dry. And Mufasa, we're considering from that department, it would be considered a failure. But here's the thing. Disney has other revenues. They will put up in the Disney streaming channels. And people will be enticed by the nostalgia and even check out the old Lion King movies, which is also in Disney Plus. So
Yeah.
Disney
The old Lion
will
King
somehow
movie, which is
rotate it around and
excellent.
it'll be fine.
Okay, guys, I want to just take us in a slight different direction, just because time is getting away, and we haven't even touched on this yet. Captain America: Brave New World.
Bye.
I've seen the movie. Right. You know what? Again, we've got a comment. Same commenter who said Captain America: Brave New World is overhated. It's a good movie. I can say I saw it yesterday. I was like, oh, this is going to be rough. It was fine. I had a good time. It wasn't the best Marvel film by a distance. It wasn't the worst one by quite a distance either.
And Craven
yeah.
was good too, right, David? Lion
What
Man
was?
was good. Craven.
I didn't see Craven. Wait, Craven. I've not seen Lion Man. I've not seen. That's the only one I've not seen in years now.
all right.
I do remember you putting it in the chat and Death being like, did I steal your account?
All right, no, but yeah, no, I didn't see Craven the Hunter. But yeah, Captain America: Brave New World. It
So
was
I
an
was
interesting
supposed to see
film.
it today after work, but I am snowed in currently.
You're snowed in.
Yeah, it's snowing in where I live.
You're in
Wow.
Hot Atlanta, right?
I'm in Virginia.
Oh, okay. Well, it's closer to Hot Atlanta than Rhode Island.
We now bring you
Yeah,
back
sorry
from
about
this
that.
weather update. Captain America.
Yeah, no, I'm just slightly snowed in.
The
like-
Winter Soldier.
The Winter, yeah, I like
Nick
it.
is the Winter Soldier.
Guys, who here has seen it? What do you mean you've seen it? Maybe
Bits
Have you
and bobs. I
saw the
know.
trailer,
Did
didn't
you
you?
just like walk out of the theater, or was like someone making funny faces, or you was attention paid to that?
Well, no, because in France, if I start showing hype for something, they go shush and like, oh, sorry, I didn't realise this was a public fucking library. You know, no, literally, I went to watch. I'll tell you a little short story. I went to watch a comedy film, and you know, the whole point of a comedy is that you laugh, isn't it? You laugh at jokes. Yeah, I started laughing, and this bloke nearby went shh. I went, oh, sorry, I didn't realise I was supposed to laugh at a fucking joke.
That's crazy.
And that's the story how Dave MC got punched in the face.
Yeah.
I've been punched in the face for less, Nick.
Okay, Deb, you had your hand up.
Okay, so initially I was a bit harsh on it, but there is no issue with Captain America because the first Captain America and the second Captain America, so the original First Avenger and Winter Soldier were based on different spy and espionage movies. This one was based on Seven, the movie Seven.
The movie Seven?
Yeah, it took elements from the movie Seven.
Did
The
it?
serial killer movie?
The
I
spy
thought
movie,
Batman was based on Seven.
Oh wait, the serial killer. What? What's in the box?
I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
How?
How does that?
Basically, I don't know how to explain this. Basically, it wasn't a Marvel movie, but it was more like a spy thriller, like espionage movie, rather than a Marvel superhero movie. It was only like superhero interactions, like superpowers, like exposition, like we'll get in other movies. It was more like
Nick.
It was like a political espionage movie based on the power struggle between different countries.
So
Yeah, but you
it
know,
sounds like it was a cat and mouse.
Seven is like a hardcore dark noir story, and I mean, like it's more like
They were-
dystopian.
It's a crime. Yeah,
Yeah.
dark crime.
Well, do you remember that scene in Captain America: Brave New World where they'd got like Clint and he was made just to eat everything until he exploded? Right. No, I'm joking, guys. Right. Okay, that would have been good though. I would say the Batman is. I'd say that's based on Seven. If I was to say a superhero film is based on Seven, you know, because that was very similar to like the Riddler and the puzzles and like unmasking this guy. But this one, you know, I thought the idea of it, I was like waiting for there to be other elements. It felt kind of like a fresh start, but in a familiar world. Because obviously we've now got Harrison Ford as General Ross, President Ross, and he felt very new in it. You know, obviously he's quite old and that, but it's still Harrison Ford. And it's a shame, obviously, because William Hurt passed away, and he was continuing his character. Who knows if they'd have gone this route if William Hurt hadn't passed away? I think there is an aspect to it where they're like, we can do, you know, we can recast it, and now we can put Harrison Ford into the MCU, and they made that a major. The hell are you doing, Cap? Right?
I have to make this point. Dave,
Oh, okay. You make it. Then I'll talk. I can't. You're a kitten.
He was
He's
pretending
the
to be
real
Lion
Lion
Man.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lion Man. God damn.
You just reminded me of the greatest meme that never made because like they should have done it. Because David, you know you have watched Friends and Dave also watched Friends. You guys know the Red Ross GIF, right? Red Ross. Yeah, like how is it not? Did it not make a meme of Harrison Ford going Ross and then Red Ross?
Okay, let's bring it up so we get it done. Red Ross. Yeah, there we go. So anyway, so Harrison Ford is brand new in it, even though he's taking over William Hurt's character. Falcon is now Captain America, and there's a new Falcon. But he's someone we've never seen before, and I thought I don't know, I can't remember the character or the actor, and I don't know the actor's name actually. But I thought he was a pretty good new addition. I don't want to give spoilers. We do get a couple of small cameos from other familiar people. The one that's on the trailer that's a familiar character is Isaiah, whatever his name is, who was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier as like the other old Captain America.
North Korean Captain America.
The what?
The Korean War Captain America.
Yeah, exactly. So he is in Isaiah Bradley. You know, so he's familiar if you've seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the TV show. But other than that, it felt a big problem, especially Captain America movies has, is like, oh well, whatever they're until the third one, obviously. But it's like whatever Captain America is dealing with, it's like, well, why doesn't he just phone up Iron Man? Why doesn't he just phone up anyone to come and help him? Where's Clint? Where's Black Widow? Where's everyone? And in this day and age of where the MCU is, whatever Sam Wilson is dealing with, he's like, well, doesn't he have Doctor Strange's number? Like, where's Spider-Man to come and help? Where's all of these characters that can come and help? I'd say, without giving a big spoiler, well, no, it's no spoiler. We know Harrison Ford becomes Red Hulk in it. And it's like, well, where's Bruce Banner to come and actually have this fight, which is obviously what this fight needed to be, because it's General Ross supposed to fight the Hulk. When you see the context of what happens, even if he got Bruce Banner on speed dial and he's leaping across the country, he wouldn't have got there in time, sort of thing.
He would have gotten his ass whooped because, like, he's a Ruffalo Hulk now, not Hulk.
I know. And where's She-Hulk and where's all these characters that could have been a part of this? That's a problem which every MCU movie has. It's like, so when Wanda is destroying everyone in Doctor Strange 2, it's like, well, shit, you've got... Where is everyone else that you can call? Where is Thor to come and actually, just sort of hold her down and like use god powers. But anyway, let's get some of you guys on this dev.
This is fun because you said, "Where is everyone else?" I want to play that game and list off where everyone is.
Yeah.
Iron Man is dead.
Yeah.
Black Widow is dead.
Yeah.
Hulk's in space.
Yelena, right? There's She-Hulk. There's She-Hulk, right?
Where's Hulk in space? I thought
No.
Hulk. Why is Hulk in space? He was there with
He's
his
raising his son. He went back.
Seinfeld son in the
He
back.
went back.
He went back with George Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and why isn't there a Black Widow? There was.
Well, that's true. There was. Oh my god! What was the deal with that character?
Okay, I can explain that as well.
Who the hell is this?
She
kid
is
that's in this movie.
She is a Black Widow character who's from Israel. So because she was from Israel, Disney got pressure into cutting her scenes, and they did.
Oh.
Hang on. Right. So I don't know anything about this actress.
The character's from Israel. The
make a
character
comment.
is from Israel.
One second. They make a comment in this film. There's this big dude who's fighting Sam Wilson. And he's like, oh, so I'm going to beat up Captain America. I thought you'd be taller. So they highlight that Sam Wilson isn't the biggest guy. You see Harrison Ford next to him, and Harrison Ford is bigger. You then see Sam next to this Black Widow character. She is legitimately like 4 foot. She is the size of a child. I have never seen. I need to be careful. I don't mean to be saying something that's going to sound like I'm commenting on someone's size or appearance or something like this. She is legitimately like Ant-Man has half shrunk her down. She is a proportional person, but she is the size of an ant. I'm trying to find a picture of her from Captain America. She is one of the smallest human beings I've ever seen in anything ever.
I do have to point out, like, the reason why we can, like, I know in the second Captain America film, there's literally even how it should have ended channel made a video where the, like, Captain America phones the Hulk. Oh, we need to bust those helicarriers, Hulk, and he just steals the scooter and comes in. It's a short animation they did, but before it got to that point, what they need to do with Captain America is keep it as a spy thriller that is well contained with human element instead of going big and bombastic. And also, you can also add the point, well, this is a government matter, a classified matter. We cannot involve vigilantes in it. We cannot involve the Avengers in it. If it's, again, a spy, top secret, no one can know about this kind of stuff, or well-contained stuff. But again, when there's like a giant bomb's about to drop, or the Red Hulk comes in, yeah, it's good. Or you can do this, where the Red Hulk shows up in a place where they do not expect it to happen, and they have no choice but to deal with that situation other than calling someone for help. Like, it happens with Batman all the time. He sometimes goes for crime fights and then ends up fighting Amazo. And he can't really go, Superman, come on, quick! Or you just have to dodge and fight the Amazo instead. So we can make that happen, but for some reason, Marvel has to go big and bold on certain decisions because they're always going one-up by everything instead of, like, working something that would work well with the character that they're given.
Okay, sorry guys. So it's taken me ages to even find out who this is. Her name is She-Ra. That's cool. But like She-Ra, whatever. She-Ra, exactly. She-Ra. Exactly. Now listen. Do you remember the movie Orphan?
Yes.
Do you remember that where there's like the girl who looks like a child? Literally, this is her in real life. Now, she looks like a 10-year-old girl, and it was a surprising character.
Is that the same actress who played?
No, it's not.
The Orphan?
No, this is the girl from Captain America.
Okay.
This isn't the girl from Orphan, because I brought up Orphan because I literally thought, oh, is this her? But yeah, she is incredibly dinky human being. I can't remember why we spoke about her now.
Remember in
Black Widow. She's a widow.
In Pacemaker, do they do like the same character who's like very? I'm not really sure if he's like a short person, but like he's like it's a whole funny thing. John Cena fights a very small guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does she turn into this meme vibe, or is she like super serious?
Gosh knows. Okay.
That's it.
Anyway, so Dev, you were saying all of like why these people are off-world.
So like half of them are dead. Some of them are off-world, and like Clint. So that's why they couldn't get involved.
But Doctor Strange is there, Spider-Man is there, She-Hulk is there.
Spider-Man doesn't exist. Nobody remembers.
Oh,
Spider-Man.
shit. That's true.
He does. Spider-Man does
Yeah.
exist, but no one remembers him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Fair play. Fair play.
And
Wong is there.
Doctor
and
Strange.
Dave.
Yeah.
Dev, you see the whole problem with the MCU is Wong. Okay, he can show up at any
He's the
place.
solution, not a problem.
Dimension, and everyone is done. Okay.
I mean, considering Wong is the Sorcerer
No.
Supreme, yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So I can explain that as well. So Doctor Strange can't be there because he's busy fighting demons with an eye on his head with
True.
Cleo.
Yeah, that's a fair
And
point.
Wong is busy on a mission with Shang-Chi and Abomination somewhere else.
Well, okay, so then why was Harrison Ford was like, I want you to restart the Avengers? Sam
With some
Wilson
new people.
should have been like, bitch, there's no one left. It's just me and new Hawkeye. Not new Hawkeye, new Falcon.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if that feeds
Restart
into
the
how.
Avengers without anyone there.
No,
I wonder if that's how the Thunderbolts will come about.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
so
true,
Bucky
right.
still exists.
Yeah.
USA.
Or it-
yeah.
Or it potentially opens the possibility of the West Coast Avengers to come to the MCU as well.
Yeah.
Oh, they've
What
already
is
cast
Thor
that.
doing? What is Thor doing? Isn't he like hanging out in Norway or Greenland?
Yeah,
or somewhere?
Thor's in space.
Yeah,
Look
where's
after his
Captain
daughter.
Marvel and Miss Marvel and Photon?
Oh,
Wait,
Captain
wait,
Marvel.
wait,
Okay.
Wait,
So-
isn't Dave like Thor racing a little mini Thor, like Gore's
Yeah.
daughter in Norway or Greenland?
Yeah. So
In
Thor's
space!
raising Gold's daughter,
Space Greenland.
who's played by Crimson Hemsworth's daughter.
Shang-Chi?
Is
Nick
with
Fury.
Wong. He's in space.
Where's
Does-
Shang-Chi? Where are the
Sam
Eternals?
Wilson.
Okay. So
Sam Wilson never worked
Space!
with Shang-Chi though.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Right.
Wong went with Shang-Chi. At the end of
I think
Shang-Chi,
we're also assuming that Sam Wilson has these contacts. Like, I don't think he's worked with Shang-Chi before. You know?
Yeah.
But that was like
In-
4
in the
years ago.
movies.
Imagine if it was just like, hey, yeah, he's Captain America now. It's like we've got all of the
Yeah.
US intelligence. It's like, hey, there's this guy that's got like the 12
Guys,
rings
like,
or whatever.
No, I agree with Tim because like Falcon is like very bad at making phone calls because when he needed a loan, he should have been like, "Hey, Pepper Potts,
Hey,
I
tell
see
me."
the world with you. Can I have like 20 grand
Yeah.
or something?"
Like, he was defending the Avengers, headquarters against Ant-Man, and he just reported that he's facing Ant-Man, and he's facing this tech he's never seen before. So the best thing for him to do is, I've never come across this. What tech specialists can I speak to figure out what this is and how do I combat it? Instead, he just
But I
tried
have
to
make a
deal
phone
with it.
call, so I
There may
won't
be a
do
problem.
it.
There may be a problem with his habit of like asking people for help, which I'm
Yeah.
sure Captain America, you know, the
Well, that's a
Americans
good
we
leader of the
speak
new
to-
Avengers, isn't it? He's like, I want you to restart the Avengers. He's like, I can't ask anyone for help.
My
we're
phone's
working on-
broken.
we're working on
I'm
that.
Falcon. Not the Wi-Fi
I've got
signal's
you,
not
Falcon.
great, and
Yeah. It's
everyone's
like,
dead. You know.
Okay, no, so that is, but that's a problem with all of them. So they always have to overcome the problem, unless, like, when Ant-Man goes into the quantum realm, then he can be like, oh, I can't speed dial Doctor Strange inside the quantum realm. But if it's happening on Earth, and especially, like, do people know that the Eternals exist? They know that
Nobody cares anymore.
I know.
Did Sam know? Sam know?
Did they before?
Exactly. Okay.
Maybe.
No, it's interesting how many of them are out of play. Okay, can I say something which, if you haven't seen it, it's the minorest of spoilers, right? Because this is an interesting discussion point. So we do get like a reference at least to Bucky in this movie, and they're like Congressman Bucky Barnes, and I'm like, this guy was like the Winter Soldier. How is he going to end up as the president in this film series.
You're into Wakanda therapy.
Yeah, I know, but
You got a
now-
new arm.
okay, but everyone's going to look at President Hulk and be like, well, I guess he could be transformed into a monster. Do we want to elect the one-armed super soldier who's got like a robot arm, who's also
who probably
history
assassinated Kennedy and like everything in the Marvel universe because like he's like
No, that was Magneto.
But they already elected a Terminator as their governor, so what does this, strange things have happened.
Robot Man. Dave, go on.
I was going to say, I haven't seen the film per se, and I've seen bits and pieces of it because of damn YouTube. I've seen, I kind of saw the fight between Falcon and Red Hulk. I thought, okay, how is this going to work out? I did see it. Okay, it's interesting how they kind of pulled it off. But at the same point, I asked myself, why do they put powerhouses against someone out of their class? Far be it from me to tell Marvel how to do their job, and also as I feel like with Captain America stories, you've got the espionage, the fights, the soldier side of things, but then you've got the human side of things in all the films as well. Like, am I doing the right thing? Can I protect everybody? There's like the emotional drama with Captain America, as well as the physical fighting side of things, and I think what put me off from the film again is the constant trailer in the trailers are like, oh, you're not Steve Rogers. Like, we went over this in Falcon and Winter Soldier. You don't need to keep hammering this point that Sam... Like, I'm personally not a fan of Falcon as Captain America, but I'm not going to compare him to Steve Rogers. They're two different people, and the fact that the film keeps hammering in the point that you're not Steve Rogers, you are nothing like what Steve Rogers was. Okay, we get it. Stop it. Shut up. Just give us a good Captain America story.
Well, according to Ultron, Dave, how does he put it? Steve Rogers, God's righteous man. That's how Ultron put it.
Go on, Dev.
The Falcon has never been the same ever since he lost a rabbit to the M&M.
What, in 8 Mile?
He's the only one who's seen the meme that I posted in the group chat.
Okay. Right. So again, this is no spoiler because, as we've been talking about at least on our group chat, and Dev, as you've said over and over again, this was a sequel to The Incredible Hulk from 2008, more than it was a sequel to any Captain America stuff. Well, I'd say it's about 50-50 because this did follow on from Falcon and the Winter Soldier with the Isaiah Bradley stuff, but other than that, General Ross. Betty she suddenly comes flying back into the MCU, but the longest unresolved thing in the MCU was that you'd see the guy start to mutate with Bruce Banner's blood, and he's going to become the leader. Now, if you haven't seen it, I don't want to give a major spoiler, but it's worth seeing. Are you ready for this, guys?
Go on.
So this is the leader in it.
He just looks like he's got some bad acne.
Oh god!
Is this the rise of the Pimple Man, or is this a Nurgle plague going into? Oh, that should have been the movie. It should have been about a plague.
That's interesting. In the same way that Baron Zemo in Civil War is the main villain, but kind of doesn't really do a lot because he's kind of pulling strings.
You better put some respect on that man's name. He did the greatest meme ever.
Well, fine, right, but this is similar in that the leader is kind of manipulating things, but he doesn't have a fight. He literally, whatever happens at the end, but he isn't a physical threat. But that, I get it. That's not what the character is. And they do go back down the route of literally the first Avengers movie, where the Loki's plan is we're gonna weaponize the Hulk against the rest of the Avengers. It's to weaponize General Ross as Red Hulk, and then whatever again, I won't give the full spoilers. Whatever happens, happens. I thought the film was fine. Like, it could have been better. I enjoyed it. Like, I think that a lot of it was there was the aspect of Sam Wilson, being like, "Oh, I should have taken the super serum. Am I really Captain America?" They kind of already did that in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. There was the stuff with Isaiah Bradley where it was kind of like trying to resolve his story somewhat. It didn't feel the thing that's kind of missing from it. I don't know. Does Sam Wilson like have a wife or a girlfriend or something? It was strangely like it was missing.
He
No,
just can't pick up the phone, David. He just can't.
I missed what that was.
That's a good
He
one.
inadvertently
Can't
ghosted
pick up
her.
a phone.
Right.
He's very
Yeah.
antisocial and he doesn't like to call people, okay? He
Yeah.
went on a date and he never called her back.
But you know what? Like, it's missing something like this because I know in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it got a thing like with his family and stuff. I don't think they're in this. It lacked something that made it more personal to Sam.
Yeah.
That was what was really lacking. I guess they had because they introduced the new Falcon. They had a friendship thing between them, but I didn't care enough about the new Falcon. I liked the actor, I liked the character, but it felt like they had a lot to establish. It felt like a first movie, which in a sense is fine. But considering that this has been going on for like 15, 20 years or whatever, it felt like there wasn't quite enough stakes for the main character. Which is actually the exact same thing I'd say about the Marvels. Captain Marvel didn't really have her own storyline in it. It was a Miss Marvel movie, Anyway, Cap.
I do have to ask, if that whole Pimple Man's plan was to make Ross mad, did he go up to him and say, Indiana Jones was really bad? The new Star Wars song. Oh no!
You just walk up behind him, Cap, and just whisper, "Dial of Destiny."
No. Okay.
No.
Man would go up to President Ross and he'd be like, "The new Indiana Jones movie was really bad," and he'd just go, "I know."
What?
Yes.
On that note, did President Ross get on Air Force One and go, "Hey, get off my plane"?
Oh my god, he definitely he missed that opportunity. Get off my plane. Right, Dev.
Okay, two things. First of all, Dave, do that thing again where you Dial of Destiny. Do that again.
What? Do it again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dial of Destiny.
That's kind of what he did in the movie. That is kind of what he did in the movie. To piss off Darren Ross.
No, I know what it was. Dev. He said this. I'm the captain of the Millennium Falcon now.
Also,
Yeah.
the one thing I hate the most about this movie, out of everything, is it made the Eternals canon.
You can't uncanonize anything, bro.
They acknowledged the Eternals. It
Yeah.
took 5 years, but they acknowledged it.
My finger is there.
But you know what? But especially with the multiverse stuff, they can't really uncanonize anything. In fact, so there's a lot of... The only examples I think of something being uncanonized is when you get something like what they did with Halloween, where it's like, oh, we're ignoring the sequels. Terminator, you could say the same thing, except for it's time travel, so it's like, well, is it just we're seeing an alternative timeline? When something ignores sequels, I don't think with something like the MCU, even what they're doing with the DCU, where it's like, well, we've still got John Cena in it, who met the old Aquaman, but now Aquaman, it's like, well, you've already established the multiverse. You can't really uncanonize them. Don't you do it. I'll retaliate with my own words. Right. Okay. But yeah, I don't know if you could, because they said for years about they're gonna ignore the sequels in Star Wars and do a new it's like, how can you do that? It's like, unless you do an absolute reboot in something that big, I think it's impossible to ignore something.
Yeah, that or you do like a reimagination. So, but
They
yeah.
did a reimagination of Star Wars. It was called Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
But that's okay. So yeah, it's a different show though. Right, guys. What else is there? Otherwise, we can look towards winding things up. I'll check to see if there's any breaking news and headlines. But is there anything major that we needed to cover that we have not covered?
I think tomorrow is tomorrow Thursday, Reacher season 3 is starting, which I think it will be more like season 1. I like season 1 more than season 2, so looking something to look forward to.
Yeah, okay. I haven't seen any. I like the movies with Tom Cruise. I've literally not seen the TV show.
No, David, watch the series.
So,
Okay,
put
I
it
will.
this way: the movies are horrible compared to the series.
Yeah,
I didn't mind
And
the
it's
movie.
not-
Okay, I need to
and
check
it's
you
not
through-
and it's not just about the height. And it's not just about the height. It's literally better in the script.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to end up with a reputation where we just judge characters on how accurate the heights are, right? Which obviously we don't want.
Hugh Jackman in the chat.
Yeah, do you know what, guys? I don't think any of you have like seen it at all, but they just wrapped the prequel series to Dexter, which was very good. So anyone who hasn't seen Dexter, and that includes you, Cap, you need to
I've
watch it.
seen season 1. I just
You
like
can't
cut
just
off
quit
on
at
it.
season 1. It gets better and better every season. But anyway,
It's Hans Rumore, Dexter's evil twin.
The original
I'm not
Dexter?
interested in it.
oh, it's so
Well,
good.
the original
Neither
Dexter
am
was
I,
awesome.
if I'm honest.
It was good.
Oh,
It was
so
good.
Yeah.
The only Dexter I know is the one with the lab.
Oh.
Do a prequel series
serial
about
killer
that.
version of Robin Hood. It's like Robin Hood steals from the rich and gives to the poor. This is the serial killer who just kills serial killers. It's great. But
Mhm.
anyway, on that note, if we don't
Here's a
have
blood
anything
pour.
else- What's that?
Here's a blood pour. Here's a blood pour, people. I took this from this rich serial killer.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Let's begin to wrap here, guys. So if you've got anything you would like to plug or recommendations for people, let it be known. Capital Fave.
You can find me on Sword Deeds, where I sing, I dance, I throw myself in a bucket, and I work with puppets. And there's a Valentine's special with Mufasa and Scar, so go check that out. And my recommendation is, well, I rewatched Thundercats 2011, and it still holds up. So go watch that. Sad they didn't get a season 2. I blame Lego.
Okay, Gerald.
I got nothing. I was trying to think of something, but no, I got nothing. So,
No recommendations.
no.
Oh wow, that is we've
Pretty
reached the
boring.
end.
Yeah.
Right? No, it's fine. Dev.
You can find me on TikTok and Twitch on the name FWDAT. And my geeky recommendation is on the 7th of March is the new Daredevil show.
Yes, that's a good one. That's something to look for. Couple of weeks away. Couple of weeks to catch up on all of the appearances of Daredevil.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Netflix shows, Spider-Man, No Way Home, and She-Hulk, and then Echo, and then you'll get you right in there for Daredevil.
Yeah.
Tim.
Hey, for books, I recommend The Forever War. It's a science fiction. It's a classic science fiction story. I would recommend on Apple TV Foundation watching that, and I think Hulu has Paradise. So those are all pretty good recommendations right now. I haven't watched Foundation before, and it's great. The first 2 episodes, Paradise. There's I think it's 6 episodes are released now, and it's an 8-episode series. Good, really good. Yeah, and you can find me down here, and also in the Providence Improv Guild every one weekend a month.
Okay, fab. Dave.
You can find me here on Extreme Improv and Geek Battle and other shows as well. But check out my YouTube channel, Dave MC Gaming, where I do Let's Plays and Star Wars: The Old Republic stuff. We have our streaming stuff as well. We have Here Comes Jack on Saturdays, our Ark Survival series, the Simple Life, Tutti Frutti, and We Happy Few. We have all those every day, so please come and check out my other stuff as well. We have some new Halloween horror stuff coming as well. We've got Labyrinth, and I've got Poppy Playtime Chapter 1 being edited right now. So please go and check out and watch me get scared for 20 minutes.
Definitely go and check him out on Here Comes Jack stream so you can vote and make Dave miserable.
Yeah, Here Comes Jack is an interactive thing, so you can come and take part and really, as Cap said, annoy the hell out of me by murdering every single person that you see in sight.
It's a quick. If Baldur's Gate is a storytelling game, again, like you make narrative decisions, and like he goes and opens the dialogue option, and there's always an option attack, and we're like, yes, attack.
And my geek recommendation: Cobra Kai.
Oh man, that was going to be mine. Okay, so my name is David Pstansky. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at David Pstansky. Make sure you smash and subscribe on all the things Geek Battle Gaming, and Extreme Improv. My geeky recommendation, I guess, would be, as well as watching Cobra Kai, yeah, go see Captain America: Brave New World. It's decent. You'll have fun. It's not the end of the world, and it does feel like a new world. It'll be good to see what comes next. So, with that, until next time, stay safe, always stay extreme, live long and prosper. May the force be with you. Nanu, nanu, and we are off the air. Boom.
That's all.